now dried, so we need to get the tape off of the backing. I was able to snap this over, and the same with the other piece, although it broke off. And now it's a matter of just trying to pull this tape back off. And releasing all the parts. So now we're ready to begin the next step of construction. I've set up a spacer here to give me a 24-foot 6-inch cut. We need to create a spacer to hold these two boards apart and parallel. And based on the calculations, that spacer needs to be 6 feet, 6 inches wide. Okay, for the 6-foot 6-inch cut, we will set up our spacer. We'll bring our rib fence up to the mark. I'm going to use some 1/32 inch thick basswood. So I'll trim off the end to make sure I have a good square. Cut. Then we will get our spacer in here. We will align the piece. This is how I'm going to lay out the parts before I start doing the decking. Use a machinist square to make sure everything is properly aligned, and the spacers will be in between. Now, to secure everything, I'm going to use some double-sided tape. And I don't really need the whole width of tape. I just need enough to keep the parts aligned while I do the gluing of the decking. So we'll cut some strips here. They're around 1/8 of an inch wide. And then we'll add one more piece of tape over on this side. Okay, and we will set this piece here, and I'll just use the grid to start. I'm going to put this filler piece here on tape. I'll place this piece here on that tape. Use my square to ensure that this end is even with this end. Now I have this piece of scale 3-inch thick lumber that I'm going to place along the outside edge and then move the square into position. Because of this notch in here, I want to put a filler in here to make sure that everything lines up evenly with the ends of the support timbers on the bottom. Okay, I've added a piece of 1/8 by 1/4 material right here. It's even with the ends, that's all square. So now we can place our parts in and glue them down, and they will be centered from left to right on the ramp and be even with this end. Applied some glue. Then I'm going to pull this out right away so that we don't inadvertently end up with it becoming glued to the assembly. Now I'm going to let this glue set up for a couple of moments, and then we can continue down the deck. This timber, again, has no notches in it, and it will go right next to the first one that we applied. The decking with the notch is placed such that the notch is on the side of the timber that will be at the low side of the ramp. And to facilitate placement, it works easily to just put a drop of glue on this timber and then set it in place. And now we can just continue to do this until we have it completely decked.